Tim Jones is a pretty remarkable guy. A gifted guitar player and teacher who began to lose his vision about 30 years ago. He's almost totally blind, but he continues to teach and do gigs with various bands. Beyond music, Tim doesn't let his blindness stop him from stepping outside his comfort zone and pushing the envelope a bit. Here is Tim coming down the ski slopes with his guide from Vermont Adaptive Ski and Sports.
Here comes Tim and his guide Sharon bombing down the hill.
Not quite. You're in the camp.
Oh, that's the gun.
His guide Sharon skis alongside, calling out course corrections and pointing out obstacles. Most ordinary folks wouldn't ski down a mountain blindfolded for any amount of money. But Tim likes a little excitement. Actually, Tim seems to like a lot of excitement. Here Tim and his good friend Pat are getting their harnesses fitted out at Skydive Hawaii, preparing for their skydive adventure. Skydive Hawaii is located on the north shore of Oahu. They would love for you to look them up if you get out that way. Having dispensed with the formalities, they make their way out to the runway. The aircraft, a Cessna Caravan, approaches. With a little guidance from his instructor, Tim boards the plane. And Tim is followed by Pat. Now, with everybody on board, it's time for takeoff, so please fasten those seat belts and put your trays in the upright and locked position. And it's wheels up. We are airborne. The interior of this Cessna Caravan is about the size of a minivan by the same name. Here Pat's instructor double checks their harness that holds them together. If you look in the background, you can see Tim failing to stifle a yawn. I think he needs a little excitement. So they're beginning a slow climb to 12,000 feet, where they're going to throw themselves out of this perfectly good aircraft. Now this rugged-looking individual is Colonel John Bates, United States Marine Corps retired. John does a lot of good work these days with the wounded warriors. Thank you for your service. John's jumping out solo today right after Pat and will be recording video of Tim on his GoPro. Once they leave the aircraft, we will see Tim skydive and landing from John's point of view. Having reached the proper altitude, the team opens the side door, which rolls back just like the garage door on your house. The major difference being that you don't expect to fall 12,000 feet when you leave your garage. Lucky Pat seems to have drawn the short straw with the door position. She'll be out the door first. There's no backing out now. but she's not fussed in the least. Pat's going for it. No, Pat, you don't have to jump. They fixed the engine issue. Tim is next. It's time to cue the nearly Mission Impossible music theme. Colonel John Bates is out the door first, as he is the videographer. And with a head nod from Tim's instructor, Colonel John is out the door, followed by Tim and his guide. They tumble several times, head over feet through the sky from over 2 miles up, reaching terminal velocity and now stabilized by a tiny drogue chute. Now Colonel John approaches the tandem team of Tim and his guide. Using their arms for control surfaces, they are able to draw together very carefully. You don't want to get this wrong. And you know I have to say it. Please don't try this at home. After a few moments together, they separate. The guide gives the signal and pops the chute. A brief delay, Colonel John pops his parachute. We get a look up at the tandem teams of Pat and Tim with their respective guides. From this point on, we get to share Colonel John's viewpoint, but it's the same view that Pat is enjoying. And Tim is experiencing the same jump, but perception is one of falling and wind. Lots of wind. They're probably at about 6,000 feet. It's a picture that could grace any Hawaiian postcards. Blue sky, cumulus clouds, dark blue Pacific waters meeting the shore which climbs up the mountains of Oahu. The rapid circles seem to be for fun, but they make for spectacular video for the clients to enjoy. Colonel John is now circling and descending. The descending comes just naturally, but the circling enables him to keep himself above the landing zone until he's ready to make his final approach. Off to the west, we can see the runway they just took off from and the landing field just before it. That's going to be his target. The mountain peaks off in the distance are at about 2,400 feet, so I'm guessing he's just slightly approaching 2,000 feet, maybe a little lower right now. Now he's starting his final approach, heading towards the runway. And we're going to make a big swooping turn here. Will Colonel John stick the landing? The Colonel has over 3,000 jumps. Of course he's going to stick the landing. Well done. But where's Tim? Here they come. Tim and his guide are coming in hot. I mean, they are moving. And boom, touchdown. Great job.
Good job. Outstanding. That was fun. Well, you guys were falling fast. So.
Yeah, we were. Huh? Yeah, that was. Oh, all right. Perfect. Your leg straps for you.
That was an awful lot of fun from my end. And yours?
Yeah, he was hauling butt. All right, you can take your goggles off. Now I didn't realize our landing zone is so close to water. Yeah.
Yes, right across the street.
I mean, yeah. All right, I didn't take your leg back. Go ahead and follow me in, right?
Okay.
That was wonderful.
wasn't that cool?
Pat was out the door and touched down before the videographer. So this is from a prior jump, and she makes a beautiful landing, so we had to throw it in. Yeah, most of this footage is from their second skydive trip. They did it once before, and now these adrenaline junkies are hooked. Look at that, like she's stepping off an escalator. Well, that's a wrap. We hope you are inspired today to step outside your comfort zone like Tim and Pat. Go have an adventure, even if it is tamed by skydive standards. And speaking of that, if you're ever on Oahu and want to try skydiving, look up Skydive Hawaii. And check out Vermont Adaptive Ski and Sport and the great work they do for those who have different abilities. The link will be in the comments below. If you feel led, they'd be delighted with any amount of support you could give them. No amount is too small. Thanks for watching and have an adventurous day.